and I will share with everyone this beautiful bouquet of flowers. It is a combination of stuff from my yard, little herbs mostly, and some beautiful flowers from my neighbor Robin's yard. So I'm excited to share that with you. And as we get started, let's see, it's always hard to know if the sound is good, but either it is or it isn't. I just brought everything with me, but you can have whatever you have. And I will tell you that I would suggest having a chair for a supported waterfall towards the end of our practice. I would suggest having some folded blankets, some pillows. Maybe you have a couch cushion. Maybe you have some throw pillows. It doesn't have to be anything specific. I have an eye pillow. I got this one. It's cute because it's a heart, and you can put it on your eyes like this. That's kind of funny, but I got that at a retreat. I don't know that we're gonna use our strap at all. I just have things, and I have a aromatherapy. Today I have frankincense. Love me some frankincense. So getting your stuff around, and we're actually going to begin in a child's pose today. So I want you to play around with what you would like your child's pose to be like. It could be more of a supported child's pose with a blanket rolled up or a couple pillows, bringing them kind of into your belly. You can play around maybe under your chest. You can kind of play around with what feels good to you. Maybe you have a blanket under your knees. I always like a little extra softness under my knees. And as you're arriving there, do whatever you need to do to make yourself more comfortable and see if I liked my pillow situation. I'm gonna have a couple little throw pillows tonight. I'm gonna bring one up into my belly and lean forward and bring the other one under my chest. See if you can allow your forehead to come down to the ground. Maybe that means less support. Maybe that means a folded blanket underneath of your forehead, which is what I'm gonna do. I take my glasses off because why keep those on? And once you feel quite comfortable, you might rock your forehead a little from side to side. And let your arms outstretch as far as they'd like. And as you're here, your tailbone sinks down towards your heels. Take a deep breath and let it go. Child's pose is one of those places that, for those of us who enjoy it, we really like it. And imagine your low back broadening with each inhalation. And with each exhalation, your tailbone sinks a little bit more towards the earth. Imagine that there's almost like a heating pad on your low back. That warmth
that radiant, delightful, comforting warmth. Each inhale expands your back towards that warmth, and each exhale lets you sink a little deeper into your child's pose. As with all of our therapeutic postures, our supported postures, the longer hold, the allowing of a slow release of your muscles and connective tissue. And something that happens over time. If for any reason you feel uncomfortable in a posture, I encourage you to make changes, to come out of it, to do something else that maybe you find comforting. But if you're here and this is good, just be here for a little longer. Breathing into that warmth you envision on your low back, stretching, gently melting any tension in the muscles. Delightful. Your forehead making contact with the earth, relaxing and releasing that space between your eyebrows, the calm, the spirit point, this little place on our forehead that we tend to furrow. You're melting it as well. And begin to deepen your breath. And find a sigh on an exhalation. This class was about to become the child's pose class, where that's just where we were for an hour. And you can chuckle and start to slowly make your way into tabletop. Even started to drool a little bit. I'm gonna scooch my pillows out of the way. And in tabletop, I'm gonna stretch each leg.
Maybe bringing your knees together. Let your hands spread out like starfish. Extend your right leg long behind you. Oh, and press into your heel. Bring that nice stretch. Maybe pulling forward and back a little. And getting a stretch through your toes and feeling your calf muscle release. I'm going to turn this into a bit of a banana shape. Walk your right toes over to the left corner of your mat and look over your left shoulder, getting a squeeze through your left side. And a stretch through your right hip and your right low back. And back to center. And knee comes back underneath of you. And before we switch sides, I'd like to do thread the needle. Press your left hand into the earth and reach your right arm out. Open up and then thread your needle. Let your shoulder release down. I'm going to grab my blanket again that I had, that folded blanket for my head to rest on, because that takes a little pressure off of my shoulder and I kind of like it. Let your right hand really relax and your head relaxes. Breathe into your back body, into your shoulder blade, area behind your heart. There are lots of different variations that one could enjoy with thread the needle, and you might have something from another yoga class that you enjoy. Sometimes people like to reach maybe your left arm up and bend the elbow, bringing your left hand, back of your hand, to your low back, and reaching it towards your upper leg. Or maybe you extend your left arm out in front of you, walking your fingertips and kind of stretching your left arm. I'm into that right now. That feels nice. It's always an exploration. I'll take a deep breath and let it go. Bring your left hand under your shoulder. Lift yourself up and put your hand back down. Let's cat and cow a bit. Cow and cat. I always start with a cow. I just like it. And playing with your breath as you move. And stretching the back of your body, front of your body, those nice big lines of fascia. Your spine likes it too. It likes moving like this. Coming back to center. Bring your knees together. Extend your left leg long. Press through your heel. And you pull forward and back, stretching your toes. Getting that nice stretch through your calf muscle and the back of your leg. Breathing all the while. Walk your left foot over to the right corner of your mat and look over your right shoulder, getting the squeeze through your right side and the stretch through your left. To center. Knees under your hips. Let's thread the needle on the other side. Left arm extends, open twist. And bring it through. Shoulder coming down. Oh. Isn't it amazing? The things we don't do on a regular basis when we play around with them, how we feel. Well, maybe you, as you relax your left hand and breathe into your left shoulder blade, maybe you reach your right arm out in front of you. I'm kind of digging that. That felt nice on the other side. I liked it better than the twisty variation, the open twist, but you might like the open twist. Feels good. And breathing. And bringing your right hand under your shoulder. Lift yourself up and find an open twist again. And bring your hand back down. Now, if it's okay for you to sit back on your heels, do so. We're going to come on to our belly next. And I am going to cue something using a strap. If you don't have the strap close by, that's okay. But I wanted to do a stretch through the front of your legs that I find to be quite helpful for a variety of reasons. And it might even help with like low back pain. So I'm going to make not a whole lasso, but just a little lasso here with my belt. Now you could catch your foot in other ways too. I'm going to bring that to my side. I don't feel like I need this blanket under the front of my body, but I like to have a little softness under my hips. So I'm going to come all the way down to my belly into crocodile pose, which is stacking your hands. Let your elbows come out to the side and let your forehead rest on the backs of your hands. Just being here for a few moments, kind of rocking your body a little, like a pan of Jello. In the summertime parties with fruited Jello and Cool Whip. Take a deep breath and let it go. Sometimes just kind of being loosey-goosey with your body can assist also in releasing some of that extra tension. Now, we're going to do this stretch with each leg. I'm going to bend my right leg. I'm going to come up into a Sphinx pose a little bit. So you can stay rather low if that's better for you. I'm going to take my lasso and put it around the top of my foot. I want my strap to be long enough so that I can lay back down, even turn my head if that feels better, and just pull that strap with my right hand over my shoulder to allow for a little bit of release even in my hip. And sometimes I feel it all the way in the front of my body. So maybe you do too. And these are always just suggestions. I'd like to remind you of this because this is your time, this is your practice. We'll see if you can breathe into the stretch. Maybe an exhale, maybe even a sigh through your mouth. Now we're going to switch sides. I'm going to come up nice and slow. move on to my forearms and remove the strap and come to the other side. Now, if reaching your foot is tricky, you can always go fishing for it with your strap. That works sometimes too. Let me try to do that. That's a little bit. Again, coming down all the way, letting your strap come over your left shoulder, maybe turning your head towards your right if you had it turned towards your left last time. There's really no right or wrong. We're sort of resting here, just seeing what happens. This is also good for anyone who has issues with their knees. And we were in child's pose, which is difficult for many people who have issues with their knees. This is a great way to stretch the muscles surrounding your knee as well, and without putting the weight on your knee. So I find this to be really helpful. I've done it myself with great success when my knees have been bothersome, and I've suggested it to others, and they've said that it helped them too. So I like to feel good about offering this as a way to assist with knee issues. Just breathing and relaxing, seeing if you can relax your low back and relax your hips a little as well. And take a deep breath and let it go. And slowly make your way back up to remove the strap and just let it fall off to the side. And coming into child's pose once more, just a briefer, more brief child's pose, just sort of wring out some of that activity in your back. And breathing into your low back, envisioning that nice heating pad, warming the tissue, warming the muscle. And take a deep breath and let it go. Slowly make your way up to a seat and let your legs extend long in front of you. Gently rub down and up your legs. Just flowing forward and slowly rolling back up. Maybe your hands make their way down towards your feet. If they do, you can give your feet a hello and moving your ankles around. That'd be nice. One more time, rolling down, rolling back up. Shoulders come up to your ears and roll back a few times. I'm gonna bend each knee, having your feet a little further away from each other, and bring your hands behind you. So it's like I always feel like I'm a little kid sitting watching some TV show living room floor when I do this. So you're gonna let one knee go in and out. So just that internal and external rotation of your hip. This can also affect the back as well, especially when we think of like the psoas muscle. Your psoas muscle is this very long muscle that helps with your upright posture, and it connects kind of at the top of your lumbar spine and the bottom of your thoracic spine. So where the two of those meet is where it connects at your back body and winds around each side, coming down into your hip flexor area and wrapping around your femur. And it does that on each side. So it's very long. And also, your thoracic diaphragm connects around that same area. So there's a big connection between your thoracic diaphragm and your psoas muscle when it comes to deep breathing, when it comes to kind of our parasympathetic nervous response as well. I'm going to do the other side, letting your knee fall in and out. I like doing them one at a time because then you get to really see how different each side is depending upon your bodily experiences. And also emotions, emotional experience. You're more than just your physical body. You really are. You're this beautiful, creative force. Seeing yourself with a sense of wonder as your knee falls in and back out. And your breath travels with it. Next time your knee comes back to center, let's go ahead and come down to lying down for a little bit. I'm going to bring a little more support under the back of my head. And I'm also going to have a little bit of height because we're going to end up finding a twist here. I like to have, when I do a lying twist, I like to have a blanket that I can put under my, kind of under my shoulder on one side. On the opposite side is which my knees go to. I have a couch cushion, and I'm going to use it today because why not? I'm going to have it on my right side, and I'm going to have my other little blanket to support my shoulder on my left side. I come down to the ground and bring your knees into your chest and rock from side to side. Let the back of your neck relax. Let your head rock from side to side as your knees rock. Take your knees in your hands and make circles with your knees together. So your knees together, drawing a big circle, feeling that reflected in your low back and in your sacrum. And pressing them away and drawing them in. Maybe you inhale through half of a circle and exhale through the other half of your circle. go the other direction. Yeah. Now bring your feet to the ground. Let your feet be about hip width distance. Let your arms relax down, and you're going to push into the bottoms of your feet and just sort of rock your back body. You can feel your head rock along with you. We're not going to do any bridge lifts or anything. You're just sort of rocking, pressing into your feet, maybe your feet scooch a little further away from your hips. And allow yourself to just rock the back of your body. Slow rocking, fast rocking. You're pulling your skin kind of away from some of those other layers of subcutaneous layers and muscle. Find a sigh as you breathe. Ah. Ah. Massaging your back body. That's something that you might do on a regular basis. Really relaxing the tissue before we get into our twist. And then pause and just notice, feel all of that movement start to release again, like that pan of jello. Extend your right leg long and bring your left knee into your chest and give it a squeeze. You're gonna rock your leg, pulling it out towards the left and then across to the right. You're gonna do that a few times before you find your twist. So just playing with that movement of your leg. And also being sure that you have enough height so that when your knee and shin and ankle come down, they feel nice and supported. You can bring your hand to your leg. It's kind of where I like it to be. And I also know that I like that little blanket underneath of my opposite shoulder. So got that blanket there. That allows me to kind of lift my upper body and twist a little bit. And I'm going to let my left hand rest on my left ribs and sort of rub them and then let my body release into this twist. I'm going to take my glasses off. That just is a good way to let your nervous system know it's time to relax. If you have your eye pillow close by, you could even place it over your eyes. We'll be here for a little bit of time, just seeing what happens as you release with each exhalation. Allowing your inhales to feel nice and full and take a deep breath and let it go. Rub your ribs and slowly bring yourself back to your back with your feet on the ground, removing that support from under your shoulder if you did that like I did. And again, we're gonna rock a little bit, just pressing your feet into the earth. And I like to have my feet a little further away from my hips. And I do that and just rocking in your neck relaxes. Feel that kind of pull all the way up to your cervical spine from your base of your sacrum. Cease the movement and feel the reverberation. Take a deep breath and let it go. And we'll make our way to the other side. I'm going to take my height over to the other side. I'm going to bring my little blanket for my shoulder up by my shoulder and extend your left leg long. Bring your right knee in and open your knee out to the right and then cross over and play with that a few times. Letting your knee fall towards the left and maybe bringing your left hand there. I've got my blanket under my right shoulder. I kind of adjust my upper body a little so that my hand rests on my ribs and ready to sink into this place. Just breathing and seeing what happens. Allow yourself to have plenty of support under your knee so that you feel like you can release. take a deep breath and let go. Bring yourself back to your back body with your feet on the ground and rock around a little, releasing any support up your shoulder, having enough room. This is our last little rocking session. I kind of into how it works along with the restorative posture. Take a deep breath and let it go. And pause. We're gonna roll to your side and we're gonna be there for a couple of moments as we transition to our legs on the chair. See if you might bring a blanket between your knees, shins, and ankles, or a pillow to sort of add a little bit of support. You could even have a pillow under your head. You're literally just resting on your side, whichever side it is. This is super delicious for your nervous system. It's a very comforting posture. More support, more height between your knees, shins, and ankles can sometimes feel even nicer. It's surprising how you can make little adjustments and then the posture feels even more restorative and relaxing. It's commonly known at this point in time that we have an overstimulation of our sympathetic response culturally, and that can play a role in chronic illness, along with genetics and a variety of other factors. But it's something that we can work with. So when we stimulate our parasympathetic nervous response, we bring our awareness to, say, the support beneath you or your breath. You start to work with your physiology. You have that self-efficacy, which is such a beautiful thing to know that you have it. You can utilize these practices alongside of more conventional medical practices to just feel better and function more optimally, and that's why I love them so much. Take a deep breath and sigh it out. Sighing is a great way to release tension. You're gonna take your time pressing your way up to a seat. I'm gonna start to gather my items for our legs on the chair experience or waterfall. I've got my eye pillow, I've got my essential oil. Since I have a metal-y chair, I'm gonna put a blanket on the seat of my chair. And ideally, you want from your knees down to be as supported as possible. I like to have that little extra softness for my knees. I have some throw pillows that I'm going to bring close to me as well, so that when I lie down, my arms can rest on them, my hands can rest on my belly. I have a blanket for the back of my head. You might even have a pillow. I'm gonna bring my legs over the chair, adjust your sacrum, and slowly make your way down to your back, making any adjustments that you would like. And I have these throw pillows. I can sneak them in a little closer. They kind of hold my body, and that feels nice. Maybe you lift your hips and press your buttocks away from your low back. You might bring that blanket a little closer to the tops of your shoulders, and even roll the bottom of it up to have a bit of a cervical roll for your neck. I'm gonna remove my glasses. I've got my aromatherapy. I'm gonna place it in my hands. Making sure also that you're warm enough. Kind of warm in the summer, but maybe your feet want a little blanket on them, whatever you can do to be comfortable. Rub your hands together with that aromatherapy and bring them to your nose and give yourself some nice deep breaths with that aromatherapy. Maybe you even anoint yourself and then take a little extra, because I've got this frankincense, and somebody said to me once, if it's good for baby Jesus, it's good for everything. And that's kind of a Christian joke, but I think it's kind of cute and funny. You can make that association. So I'm gonna rub it in my hair, because why not? I'm gonna kind of rub it over my heart, my solar plexus. You can just let your hands kind of take you where they want to go, trusting your intuition. And then as you get yourself situated, you can grab your eye pillow, placing it over your eyes, and let your hands rest somewhere on your body that offers you a sense of peace and ease. And notice your breath. Your breath evolves under your observation. And allow your breath to travel wherever it needs to go. And I like to think of my hands as being breath magnets. So as I inhale, my breath travels to the palms of my hands, and as I exhale, there's this release of your back body, of your eyes, of your legs and your arms, just kind of softening and soaking in this nourishing practice. This restoration is so helpful in that working with your parasympathetic nervous response. And as you rest here, envision a beautiful, warm, golden light surrounding you. This beautiful golden healing light sinking into your body, warming, relaxing, touching every cell. And with each inhale, it expands and creates more space between the cells of your body, between the tissues and the organs. As you exhale, it encourages the release, the letting go of tension. That tension sinks into the earth, where it is received and recycled. There's no need to hold on. As you create space for that which is warm and healing, assisting you in your growth, in your evolution, in your personal transformation. Just breathing, basking in this beautiful golden healing light. begin to deepen your breath. Make small movements with your fingers and your toes, your wrists and ankles. You're letting your arms extend behind you and stretching, moving in ways that feel nice. And slowly scooch your chair or scooch yourself to your side and be very gentle as your eye pillow comes off and crossing your arms, rubbing your upper arm, maybe tapping your shoulders with fingertips, little butterfly taps. And take your time making your way up to a seat. Keeping your head tucked until you get to the very top. And as you arrive, rocking from side to side, and front to back. Finding a tall spine to bring a little height under my hips. And bring a hand to your heart, a hand to your belly. And feel the earth supporting you. And the crown of your head lifting towards the heavens. And feel the warmth and gentle pressure of your very own healing hand. Let your shoulders soften. Take a deep breath. And let it go. And offer yourself kindness and compassion, peace and love. Bring your palms together. The light in me sees and honors that light in you. Namaste. I thank you so much for your practice. It's such a wonderful thing that you do for not just yourself, but the whole world. Have a beautiful rest of your day or evening, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.